One thing I recommend before you go camping is to, if you haven't tried your gear or haven't taken your gear camping and know what it's capable of, I recommend you check your gear before you go camping. Just like I set up the tent in my outdoor room. This is going to be my first attempt at hammock camping. So I was watching Shug, and he says get a tarp, 10 by 10 tarp of any kind, and just try it out. So I had some tarps. This one is way too big. I think this is like a 24-12 or something ridiculously large that I'm not going to be able to backpack in. Well, I could, but it'd be silly too. This one is, I think, a 10 by 12, but it's pretty tattered. This one is, I think, just a 8 by 8. Or 6, I don't know, 6 by 8 or 8 by 8, and it was a bit too small. So I'm going to use that on a regular tent. So I went to my local Wally World, and I got, it's not a 10 by 10, the only 10 by 10 they had, no, it was a 10 by 12. They either had a 10 by 12 or an 8 by 10. So this one was a little bit more expensive than the 10 by 10, and it was a little thinner, but for backpacking, ounces is pounds, so I decided to go with the thinner one. And what's nice about it is tree camouflage, and it matches, well, it doesn't match, but it goes in keeping with the theme with my hammock, which is camouflage colored, patterned. And I set it up in my backyard to get an idea of what equipment I need, how I need to set it up, how high off the ground I need to set it up. Put it around these posts in my back porch here. This is about eye level for me. I'm thinking after I sit down, it's gonna bring me down to about right here, so I can probably go maybe comfortably, probably 6 inches lower. I do want to be able to sit in it without having too many problems getting up. And it is a little bit high off the ground, the tarp is, so there might be some underdraft, but if I move it closer to the ground, if I lower my suspension lines down maybe that much, probably about 6 inches, I should get a little bit closer to the ground, maybe save myself some draft, and plus I've got string to go here. So let's take a look inside. You'll see more of it when I go camping. As I sit down, my knees are comfortably at a comfortable bend, so it's about chair height, which is good. I don't want to go too much lower down. I would say maybe 4 inches down to keep it relatively comfortable, and so that I can get the tarp down a little bit more. I might bring I've got it weighted down right now because it's on bricks, but I might bring the line in a little bit lower to get it a little bit closer to the ground. But I think it's going to be okay. Main thing I wanted was a 10-foot stretch to get it over the end of the hammock, so in case it rains, it doesn't fall down on the hammock and then wick its way down into me as I'm trying to sleep. So let me lay down. I can get my feet kind of at an angle here and sleep pretty comfortably. There's plenty of room. My arm is straight out and I can touch the sides of it, so I'm not banging against the sides of the tarp, which is good. So I'll see you guys on the trail.